At Root and Wisdom, we take a bit of a contrarian approach to the dynamic of working with plant medicines. In fact, we actually prefer to refer to them as spiritual technologies. You see, one of the most common intentions people come with when they reach out to us is that they're looking for healing of some sort, that they want to work on their trauma. And although that's fine, that's valid, we've all experienced things in our life, we sometimes urge clients to reframe the approach. You see, healing by definition, if you were to Google it, implies a lack of wholeness or a return to wholeness. And so by proclaiming that I'm looking for healing, what I'm really saying actually is that I'm not whole. And if there's one thing I can tell you from working in this space and working with clients, I haven't seen a single person who's not whole. I've seen people who've experienced difficult times. I've seen people with nervous systems that have been hyperactive, but I've never seen a person who's not whole. And so what we try to do is we try to reframe this approach when our guests come to us, and we invite them to consider it as an act of remembering. You see, remembering by definition implies that it's always been there. It's just simply been forgotten, which is a much more empowered place to stand upon when you approach this work. And a spiritual technology on itself is a much more expansive way to hold this plant sacrament rather than a medicine, which also implies that someone is sick. Many indigenous traditions, if you were to go sit and study with them, won't talk about trauma or healing per se. They'll speak about these plant sacraments in a much more expansive way in which they really do utilize them. And so we really invite our guests to sort of embrace this approach and watch how much quicker the transformation occurs. You can do the same work, you can work on the same things, but from a place of remembering versus healing.